Welcome to Chaos to Clarity, where we discuss healing trauma with godly guidelines. I'm your host, John. Today's episode is going to be part one of a series that I'm diving into about parenting. Okay, so parenting part one. It's a 24/7 process of raising children, supporting their physical, emotional, social, and cognitive development from infancy to adulthood. I don't know about y'all, but this is definitely the hardest, the most rewarding, most exhausting thing that I've ever done. You have to be gentle, you have to be kind, you have to be firm and consistent in order to be effective in parenting. How many of you just thought, yeah, I'm not any of those things on a daily basis? Well, guess what, friend? Me neither. Okay. That's why we need each other and we need God's guidance to help us to navigate through all the stages of parenting and in life. Let's face it, we all busy, we juggling a million things, and one day we just too tired to deal with Susie's tantrum, but the next day we full gangster and we're ready to address it. This is absolutely how I feel 90% of the time, but guess what? It doesn't work. I know. We all know being consistent works in a bunch of areas of our lives, and we can't be lacking in parenting one day and then a dictator the next day. Our children need guidance and stability. I know some of us are still learning how to be stable as adults, but let's just fake it for now, okay? I mean, can you imagine um, God with us? This is kind of one of the things that I've been circling back to about parenting. You know, we say God's our Father, and we know that He's got an outline or commandments for us to follow, like his rules, okay? And one day we following them, the next day we, oh well, you know, it's gonna be okay if I don't do this, that, or the other exactly like the Bible tells us to do. But you know, can you imagine if God parented us the way that we parent our kids sometimes? And that kind of gave me a aha moment, so to speak, on parenting. I'm not perfect. I'm not, like I told y'all, all of these things are for me first. And I just want to share my notes and my wisdom are things that God showed me through each individual struggle that I'm dealing with. Okay. And I just think that we could take a few minutes and pause before we react most of the time. Kids are just learning. Okay. There's no instruction manual. Actually, we do have an instruction manual. I was told the Bible is our instruction manual for raising kids. So we probably should read more than we do. That's another day and another episode. But anyway, our kids need us. They need us to find a balance between work, reducing screen time. I know that keeps popping up a lot too. Managing a home and to not cause stress and burnout. See the previous episode on burnout. In Isaiah 40:29, God tells us that He gives power to the faint who have no might, and He increases our strength. He already knew we were going to get tired. He already knew we were going to be weary. We were going to be exhausted. We were going to have all these things going on. Because let's face it, parenting is a challenge. But remember, God chose us to be the parents of these children. We are equipping them, we are training them, we are loving them, and we are setting them up for what God created them to be. They're a heritage from the Lord, which you can read in Psalm 127:3. Okay, so let's shift our mindset of not We have to do this. We have to correct them. We have to teach them. We have to do all of these things, okay, which makes it seem very overwhelming and very exhausting, okay? Kids just want us to show up. They want us to watch them. Even if you done seen Betty Lou do her cartwheel for 50 times already, just pay attention, okay? I know y'all heard the sarcasm. Okay. We get to do this. God allowed us to be the parent of these children. Okay. Hug them. One of the things that I remind myself all the time is something that my mom said to us sisters years ago. The days are long, but the years are short. And it's so true because I have a child that is an adult now. So it's going to go by quickly, okay? Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Just, we all doing our best out here. So read read the Bible. Come listen to me. Reach out to me if you feeling some kind of way about parenting, okay? We can cry, we can laugh, we can do whatever together. Until next time, friends.